Hey everyone. So I have a quick easy for you today. This was inspired by Gayle Agostinelli. These are business cards. I saw her do some stamping on some business cards. Like she took the whole sheet. Such a simple thing that I've never thought of before. She took the whole sheet and stamped on it, the business card sheet, and then, tore them apart. So it's like fun. It's like a masterboard. You don't know what you're going to get. Of course, I had to grunge that up a bit, and I love them. I really do. It was the quickest, easiest thing. The thing that takes the longest is just letting the coffee dry because I had to splatter on some coffee. Once I had, figured out how to get that beautiful color, and I learned that from, and I hate saying viewers because I think of you all that reach out and you tell me your ideas and you take the time to write, what you do and how it works for you. Look at that. Doesn't that look cool? And how it works for you. I mean, you took time to do that. That's amazing to me. And so if you hear me say my friend, you'll know that unless I specify otherwise, it's someone that's watched and commented. But I learned the how to get that beautiful color on the coffee from Angie. And I'm going to show you the trick that she told me. Also, RK gave some great tips on doing coffee, and that was to take 1 cup of hot coffee, and so I guess like hot water, because 3 to 4 spoons. Well, I wrote hot coffee, so I really think maybe you start with hot coffee like you've brewed it, and then you put 3 to 4 spoons of instant coffee, and they put it in a spray bottle. So, and got really good color from that. But I was trying to see if I had some more about the coffee. I think that was it. So, anyway, I did that. I did what they said, and look, isn't it beautiful? Oh my gosh, look at that gray color. Seriously. Now, this one I didn't put any coffee on. Some got splattered on it, but I just used rust spray and some distress ink on this one. This one, I got carried away and used a whole lot of coffee. And no, it's dry. I actually did 2 like that I got real happy with the coffee. This one isn't completely dry right here, so I'm not going to use it today, but I thought I would go ahead and show it to you. I think they're beautiful. I did spray with rust spray as well as coffee. And I'll show you how I did that. But there are some little spots. See those little dark spots? Aren't they cool? That's where I put the coffee granules. So we'll work on these today. But before we get started, I'll just show you real quick how I did that. The business cards, I'll show you those that I used. I got them at a secondhand store. And this is what they are. Where does it tell what kind they are? They're from Staples. I, of course, didn't get them from Staples, and you can just use any kind of business card. You don't even have to use business cards. Use whatever you have. This came from the secondhand store, and I know that it must have been sealed, like never opened with the plastic, because there's not a price on it, and it must have been on the plastic. So I got 250 cards, and I'm sure it was only for just a couple dollars. And I've had them for a long time. Of course, I tea-dyed some during the summer, and I was wanting to use those, but I can't find them. I know that's shocking, but that's okay because this coffee process has turned out wonderful. I love it. So I'm just going to do one more. I'm going to put it on some plastic paper or and a cardboard where I can move it out of the way. And I just used this came from Dollar General. And it's just the generic brand of instant coffee. Nothing, I mean, it's cheap. I don't know how much it was, but it's cheap. And I just put a little bit of my normal coffee in the bottom. I brew pretty strong coffee, and I did add a little bit of alum. I can't tell you how much, probably not even a teaspoonful. And the first thing I did was take my rust water. Sorry about the lighting. I know there's a lot of shadows. I sprayed on some rust water, just random. And then I just sprinkled on some of these granules. Like that. Probably, that's just a pinch. I'd call that a pinch, or a smidge. And then I just took my wet brush here and just dropped on coffee. I like to let it drip. I love that look, like just to pull it out and let it run on there. And I even got on the edges that aren't part of the business card, because I'll show you, they turned out like this. They're definitely pieces we can use. Well, here's a little piece, and it's got stamping. Here's a piece. So, I mean, those are going to make nice pieces. I would definitely get the whole thing. And again, I think I put probably too much coffee, but that's okay. It will dry, and it's going to look good. So that was it. That's all I done. And then I just let it dry. So I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to do the fun part now, which is nothing, just stamping. I love these brushes. Got them off Amazon. Oh, and I'm going to go ahead and tell you while I'm doing this, and I'm not sure that it will be in the description box, but if it is, just in case it's linked, I do have an Amazon affiliate link. So if anything I use, you think you want it or want to know what it is, you don't even have to buy it from my link. I have created a storefront where you can see the things that I've purchased. Something to know about me is if I bought it and I didn't like it, it's not in that storefront. If I bought it and I do like it, it's there. But I've purchased a lot more than what's there, and I wasn't always crazy about it, so I just didn't link it. I don't want to tell you something that I don't like myself. Matter of fact, I was contacted this past week wanting to know if I would test out some product, and I don't know if it was, I don't know, I don't even remember. But anyway, would I test out this product? And I said, as long as you're wanting my true thoughts, if you know, I'm an honest tester, so if you don't want honesty, you probably don't want me. And I don't think they wanted honesty, because they never responded back. I guess they wanted me to say it was great no matter what I thought, and I just can't do that. So anyway, to say all of that to say, I'm going to grab some inks here, that the affiliate link, I do, if you use it, and again, you don't have to, you can just go there and see what it is and then find it somewhere on your own. That's the purpose of me putting it there. Because I know a lot of people ask, where did you get this, or where did you find that? And honestly, I don't remember a lot. So I went on to Amazon and went through my orders, like past year, however long years, I don't know. If I ordered it and I liked it, or it's something that I use, I put it in the storefront. If it's not something I liked, it didn't make it there. So just know that. And oh, like I said, if you do decide that, yeah, I want that, and I'm going to click on your link, know that I do get a small commission. And that's like, just as an example, because I'm not good with math and this is easy. If it were $10, I would get 3 cents. So, and it doesn't cost you any more or anything. And again, I don't care if you can find it somewhere cheaper, please do. Don't click on my link just because I've told you about it. Like I said, I put it there so that you would know where I got it and what it was. That was my purpose. But as, you know, like they say, if you're an affiliate or whatever they call it, you have to say, hey, I might get a penny if you buy it off my shop. So I've just done like Gayle, and I've inked the whole thing, just the whole sheet here. And I'm just going to put it on here. If it doesn't come out good, that's okay. They don't all have to be clear. It's fine. See, I didn't get that one inked very good. And that's okay. I don't think I got all my coffee wiped off either, but I love the texture, and it's not wanting to just wipe off real easy, and I'm not going to worry about it because I like how the texture is. So I'm going to do this one again on the other side because I did not get that inked very good. I knew I didn't, but I did anyway, didn't I? This one will hopefully turn out a little better. Even if it doesn't matter. We're just looking for some background. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. I'm going to do this one in black, but I've got out some moss green and blue too because I like the ones that I used a different color ink. I used some blue on that one. I thought it turned out pretty good. Um, let's use this one here. I liked this one though too. It had numbers and it had some of the label looking things. So maybe I'll just use it. Now, this coming week, all of a sudden, today, I was working on, well, I was trying to make some ephemera from paint samples that I had gotten at a secondhand store. And I got the idea, well, I got the inspiration. I wasn't going to do the same thing. Should have probably done the same thing because my idea didn't turn out worth spit. But I got the inspiration from Anne Kenlin, and I will put her video below for paint samples. It's really good. But mine didn't turn out. And all of a sudden, I felt like I wanted to make something that was bright and cheerful. Isn't that crazy? All the grungy that I do, and I do that every once in a while, I want to make something really bright. But it never turns out really bright. It always turns out grungy by the time I'm done with it. So we'll see. But I've got some plans for this week, so be prepared. You might be surprised at what we see. I might be surprised at what we see. I want to put some more right through there of something. I didn't have a really good turnout down that middle. So I'm gonna use this one and go right down that middle. Okay, that looks great. I love it. Now before we tear all these apart, let's go ahead and stamp one of the other ones at least. Maybe do one more. Let's do the one that I only used Distress ink and Rust water. I think I'm going to use this one. It's big. It's going to cover a lot. Like I said, I'm going all the way to the edge, even off of the cards with my stamping, because I really think I'll use those little edge pieces. Oh, that's cool. Okay. Let's do this one again, like maybe at the bottom and on the sides. I'm going to get my stamp paper out because I have a feeling this one's going to run off the side. Well, I know it is. I didn't get very much in there. That's okay. We'll use something else. I like all these words and numbers, so I'm going to try this one. Anyway, so what I was saying is I had an urge. I want to do something very bright. And so my plan is, of course, you know, I couldn't think of anything. So I do, as always, and I'm just going to lay down part of this because I didn't get a very good stamp in this piece. But I did at the bottom. So that looks good. So my plan is it'll be like a week-long project. It'll, you know, we'll do bits and pieces of it every day. And of course, well, like I was saying, I had to pray about it because I had no clue what I was going to make or what I was going to do. So I'm having faith that it all works out. I haven't tried any of it yet. I don't think any of it's hard. I just wonder if I'm going to be able to stick to the bright part without trying to grunge it up. And I'm doing just little pieces of this one because there's certain spots I must not have had very good pressure or very much stamp. So I'm just going over that to fill in the spots. So there's the second one. I think I'm going to put up my black now. And I'm going to use blue and some green on this last one. I don't know. It's pretty. Got a lot of coffee on it. So we'll have to see if any of it shows up. I hope it does. I really appreciate the comments because I love the way the granules turned out. Thank you, Angie. That was a wonderful tip. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to use moss green, and I think I'm going to, like, use them together. Okay, so I picked out these. I don't know that they're really good for what I'm doing here, but that's the ones I've got. Oh, and also, before I forget, I also use some stenciling on that. I forgot about that. So I'm going to do like half of this with blue. This may not show up, this moss green. It's not real vibrant, and my paper is pretty grungy. So we'll see. If it doesn't, we'll just pick something else. Try again. And I love this idea, Gayle. I mean, gosh, this is so fast. Ooh, those look good. Look. This is like the fastest, best way ever to stay up. I love this. And I think I'll just do this part right here with the blue. All the stamping I do, I love to stamp. And this did not cross my mind. Oh, gosh, I like that a lot. I need to do something through there, don't I? Maybe just do a strip. Yeah, that looks nice. I like that. Wow, that's pretty. Okay, so now let's do, got this one. All these little numbers stuck. I'll just put them in my little bucket that I'm always pulling out of. And then, of course, if I see any spots where I think it needs more, I could always come back with, you know, when I tear them apart and do a little extra. So the last step that I did, and this is not necessary, I just did it. I took, well, on one of them, I took different stencils. I have these big stencils. I used this one on one of them. I think that would be a good one for this one. And I used this lighter one. But I probably could get away with the darker one on this one because it doesn't have its brighter colors. So maybe I'll just use the brighter one. I mean the darker one. And then I just ran over it with my brush. And I didn't get real particular if I got all of the places or not. It doesn't matter. We're just trying to lay down some extra layers, put some extra layers. Ooh, doesn't that look good? And I mean, you could spray this or anything. I'm just using the Stays On for this. I like that. I think that's plenty good on that one. All right, and on this one, because it's so dark, I'm going to use the lighter one. You could also use the blues or the greens for this too. That would look cool. Maybe I'll do that on part of it. Okay, I like that. And I do think I want to add a little blue to this one. I'm going to kind of wipe off my brush and my stencil. Oh, I love it. I don't think I even said what these were. I said they were business cards, but how I'm going to use them is for writing spots. And I know the back is kind of grungy looking, but it certainly will take writing and you'll be able to see it. If you don't like it, you could always back it first to, you know, tea dye or whatever kind of paper that you wanted. But I like it. I like this one. See, it's not really that bad. Didn't really bleed through. This one probably did. Yeah. See, it's got some grungy, but I don't mind all that. Okay, let's see. What do I want to do on this? I think I want to add some black to this one. This is the one that has all the colors on it. So now I think I'm going to add some black. I like this one too. I'm going to put a little bit of it at the top. Ooh, I like that. Maybe a little bit over here too. Isn't that fun? Ooh, it's so pretty. I know it's really busy, but I love it. Okay, so we're done. Let's break these babies apart. Is anybody else excited? I'm excited to see what these look like. So I take, like I said, I take the edges off and I look at how good those look. You wouldn't even have to tear those, even though they are, they're broken just like the rest. But you could, well, that would make a cool side to a page if you didn't want to break it. I like that. Very neat. And then if you wanted to, you know, you could always ink around and you could round the corners if you wanted to. Oh, goodness. Those just look so neat. So not to mention, these are really textured too. They're really neat. These really turned out good. The blues and the greens and black. I like the different colors, I think. I think that's my favorite. So that is our business cards that Here's the journal you have to look at all the time. But I was thinking just even for our triangle pockets. Won't that look cool? Oh, love it. Love it. I would probably round my corners. I'll put that one in here. I hope you all like this project and were inspired as I was. Look at them. Aren't they great? Thank you guys for watching. And I hope you join me next few days for the bright days, we'll call them. Thanks for watching. And I will see you next time. Bye.